we've just spent some time in His presence, and maybe you watched the last video, maybe you didn't. But His presence was so strong, and I just want to come back to you again for a second video tonight. The weight of His glory is so strong here, and I trust that you can feel that in your own living room, in your own office, or wherever you are, whether you're at work or at home, that you can feel the presence of God. And as I brought the first video to you, I hope one of many that's going to come to you, I keep seeing behind me there's this light here behind me. And when I normally sit over this way, and I've got a desk over there, and I sit at the desk and I face that light. And that light, it was given to me by a dear friend for my birthday. There was a lot of thought that went into why that particular light was chosen as a gift for me for my birthday and for this office. And those three lights remind me every time I see it of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. They remind me that Jesus is the light of the world, and that in Him there is no darkness. They remind me that we are called to be carriers of His light, and that we are not to be a light that is hidden under something, but we are to be like a city on a hill, a light that's shining bright. The thing is that where there is light, there can be no darkness. If you put a light into a space that is dark, it has to come light. It has to come alive. There has to be light brought. And where there is light brought, there is freedom and there is liberty, because things that were hidden, things that were under the surface are no longer able to be hidden in the darkness, in the secretive, in the guilt and the shame. But when they are brought out into the light, they are able to be dealt with. They don't continue to fester and to grow. And Jesus is that light for us. He's the light in the darkness. He's the hope where there is no hope. He's the hope for the hopeless. And He is our joy and our strength. In this season, would we hold on to the one who is the light of the world? Would we hold on to the one who is the hope for all nations? Would we hold on to the one whose promises are the same yesterday, today, and forever? All the promises that He gave you, they are still the same. They're still the same. It hasn't changed, because He's faithful. He's faithful, always faithful to the end of the ages. He does not change. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He's the first and the last. So everything in between is covered by Him. Oh, would we rest in His peace? Would we sit in His environment? Would we stay with Jesus? Would we allow Him to flood our life with the light and truth and hope of Jesus Christ, so that He can illuminate all the stuff that needs to be brought out into the light? If there's stuff that's hidden in your life or in the lives of those around you, would you trust the one who is the light of the world to bring His light and to shine it into that situation, to bring light to the darkness? Even in this world and the situations that we're facing right now, would you trust the one who is the light of the world to continue to be the light of the world? Because if He said He was the light of the world back then, He's still the light of the world today. And so today we can trust and we can know that He will bring about everything that He has promised. His promises are the same yesterday, today, and forever. Oh, I've said it before, but it's the truth. Would you allow that to soak into your heart and into your spirit, that the light of the world, Jesus Christ, is here for us today? He wants to come and to invade our life and to be a part of our life. He doesn't want to be an accessory that is left on a shelf and pulled off just when you want to get to somewhere. Just when you're all struggling a little bit and you feel like maybe you're going to trip and maybe you're going to fall, or maybe you have fallen and you need a light to get you out. Sure, he'll be the light for you then, but he wants to be the light for you every day. He wants to be the light that carries you through every day and every circumstance. But even more than that, he wants to shine his light on you so bright and be the light that is within you, so that those around you see the difference in you, so that they see the light of Jesus shining out of you. Oh, this world at this point is going through some struggles and some things that are difficult, and there is so much darkness that is being projected and shared and all around us. We can see it everywhere. What the world doesn't need is another person who's going to stand in negativity and who's going to share more of that darkness. The world needs the church of Jesus Christ to rise up in their God-given authority and to rise up in who they are as followers of Christ, and to carry the light and life of Jesus Christ within them, so that wherever they walk, that they would bring the light of Jesus. So that wherever they walk, they would bring the light of Jesus into that situation, so that the Holy Spirit can invade those situations, that you carry the Holy Spirit and you carry the light of Jesus wherever you go, so that you walk into a situation and you walk into a situation where there's darkness and there's death and there's sadness, and you walk into a situation where things seem bad and where things seem gloomy and where things seem like they're hopeless, but you walk in there. You are carrying the light of Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit begins to work and to minister in those situations, and so there can be no darkness in the situation where the light of Jesus is. Oh, would we be carriers of the light of Jesus Christ, so that wherever we walk, wherever we go, that the light of Jesus Christ would be the only thing that is seen. That it would be the only thing that is seen. So that wherever we go, that the Holy Spirit will be able to minister all around us. That people would encounter us and they would be drawn to us. The thing is that with light, that people are drawn to the light. People are drawn to the light. They're drawn to the warmth of that light. Drawn to the hope of that light. Oh, would we allow the Holy Spirit to be the light that's shining in us? Would we allow Jesus to shine out of us? Would we allow God the Father to embrace those around us? And would we be carriers of the light, so that Jesus may be glorified in this season above all else? That the church of Jesus Christ would arise in this season, that people would see and encounter the truth and the reality of Jesus Christ, not just pages in a book, not a religion preached to them, but that they would see it in reality. They would see such a difference in those who are followers of Jesus. And they would see the light shining out of them, and that we would be carriers of that light to the world, so that this world would not be overrun with darkness, because the Bible tells us that the same power that raised Christ from the dead is living inside us. The world needs to see the reality of the power of Jesus Christ today in this world. Carry his light. Carry his light. Get lost in his presence. Allow him to consume you and be a carrier of his light.